Data centers continue to be a hot topic across the state.
And now Spencer Township's Board of Trustees, this is in western Lucas County, is considering a moratorium on data centers in their township.
That's what the township's director of economic development is recommending. He says it would give trustees time to review more information about data centers and their potential environmental impacts. So far, the board has not drafted any legislation.
Meanwhile, the Oregon data center project is possibly being revived after it was thought to be dead just last week. That's
when council was tasked with voting on an ordinance that would give the site developer more time to meet certain requirements for the project to move forward.
Laura Sandlin joins us live this morning from Oregon. So, Laura, some confusion by officials there. It was initially thought the vote landed against giving the developer more time for this, but the city's law director says that's not the case.
Tim, last week, City Council voted 3-2 in favor of extending the timeline, with one person abstaining. Now, it was thought that the abstention counted as a vote against the ordinance, but the city's law director says it actually doesn't count at all, which means that with 3 people voting in favor, the ordinance passes. In a legal opinion this week, acting law director China Pfeiffer says under Robert's rules and city ordinances, the February 9th vote met the legal threshold, even though one council member abstained because of a conflict of interest. Pfeiffer overall concluded that a majority of the votes cast approved the measure. The ordinance amends the city's development agreement with Capacity LLC, extending key deadlines tied to pipeline access, emissions approvals, and electrical infrastructure for the proposed data center project. Now that the vote has been officially settled, city officials have yet to indicate any further legal challenges or when council actions can be expected. However, they say that right now the ordinance is in effect.
All right, good story there, Laura. So we know the city filed a memorandum trying to get advice from the Attorney General in Columbus, trying to get some clarification on this. What did he respond with?
Well, Tim, we actually have that memorandum here with us this morning, and it essentially outlines that the Ohio Attorney General has certain legal jurisdiction across the state to give both informal and formal legal advice depending on the party. Now, however, that does not fall under a municipal law director. So the Attorney General said that he did not have the confirmation of whether or not the vote was overturned or modified. So then that fell on Oregon to make that decision, which they said was approved. We'll have more coming up on this in a little bit. Reporting live in Oregon, Laura Sandlin for WTOL 11.